new Sultan of Bamon in Cameroon had declined the traditional offer of a 14-year-old virgin in marriage. To end traditional procedures known as Lakam, the new Sultan's wife must come from the Injim Moncho line according to custom. Sultan Njo, yeah, turned down the family's offer of a 14-year-old girl because she was a child, preferring instead to marry his long-term lover. He has committed, however, to finance the 14-year-old through high school to university. Wow. Well, you should know if this happens in northern Nigeria. You know, they will tell you it's like it's an official thing. This is not a new thing. And that's why you can even imagine that some politicians, whether senators or the ones from the House of Reps, calling to allow those minors who have been married to be able to vote to the extent they even want to do that. I think it was not really, it didn't pass whether second or third reading. And of course, I know a lot of people, immediately you hear this in, you know where your mind will go. You know where your mind will go. Even in that Cameroon, it's like it's a tradition. It has been, they've been doing it over the years. So if it has not been done over the years, they wouldn't have suggested that. But this guy said, no, I don't want that. How, I don't even understand how, well, the world has even spoiled, because you can even see some old men, 70 years, messing up with a 3 year, 4 years, even some 2 months or 3 or 4 months old baby. We've seen it. So even that 14-year-old is just like an old woman to them. But in the real sense, that is not the way it ought to be. What does a 14-year-old know? What does she know? But every, those who are really oppressors, they just want to take advantage of any situation they really see. Well, I think for the man's sanity and for his own integrity, he said, no, I don't want to go through that route. It's not, it's irritating. Honestly, it's irritating. But to some people, it's not irritating. Why? You see that some people, to even lose, to steal, to do a manner of things, is not even anything to them. So what do you expect? So it's just an individual thing. In northern Nigeria, they will demand for more 2 minors. I wonder the kind of God those people are serving. Well, Nigeria's sultans must be lived with anger. Will leave it with anger now. They never miss any opportunity to defy a baby. Sultan with self-respect and dignity, not like the Nigerian sultans. With all pleasure, they will have the 14-year-old girl as wife, all in the name of Sultan pedophiles, in the name of Sultan in Africa. Much respect to you, Sultan of Bamon in Cameroon. This is highly commendable of this Sultan, a deviation from the norm happening here in Nigeria. May you live long. It is better to have early marriage than committing adultery. Which nonsense adultery? The ones that are married, are they not committing? Even the married early, what is the guarantee that they will not commit adultery? Putting a child in in a family way. So what is the rush in the first place? What is the rush? What is the rush in the first place? Continue to deceiving yourself when your children are being defied at a very tender age. You think it's a good thing? Are you wiser than our prophet Muhammad? Can you see? Some people are even defending it. You lacked understanding of Sunnah. Better repent in order not to lose precious 7 virgins in Juna. You can be dethroned. Why you think say na for king thing than they do for heaven? You better think twice. Should he follow the bad example of someone else? Where are the 7 virgins, in hell or heaven? Please don't be deceived. There's nothing like that with God of heaven. The tragedy is that even the educated one who are supposed to educate the uneducated are the culprits of this obnoxious tradition and culture in our northern region. Yes, so maturity is no more by age. Your Highness, your reign will be tomorrow that never ends. But beware of your kinsmen. May God bless you for this kind of gesture. Indeed, it shows you are a true man of God and a well-educated person. It is just because people want to do some things, because if really it's a taboo, they will just say, oh, you can't do otherwise. You can't say you want to go and take your old lover or whatever. You just have to do this. But it's like they left him. So it is optional. From the way the man rejected it and nobody challenged him. That means it is optional. So those who are always doing it, they are just doing it out of wickedness or out of ignorance, because when things are being done wrong and because of your position, you don't want to correct some things. I just want to try to digress. When you look at the case of Sanusi, when he was coming out to talk about, people should know the number of children they can cater for, to give birth to the number of children they can cater for. All these amajiri, this education, all of those things. It's infuriated a lot of people in the north. They don't like it. They don't like it. And that is why we are having problem in this country to do things, a abnormal way. Why some people will be suggesting, and unfortunately a lot of people are trying to follow the majority. When you talk about votes, they can do anything just because they want their votes. Those who are thriving in poverty, who are thriving in ignorance, and they are thriving in wickedness. And that's why the wickedness in that area is alarming. In northern Nigeria, you can imagine somebody saying that the king, that Cameroon king, should repent for what? So it is optional. If it is not optional, they would have insisted that no, you must go after this girl. You must go after this girl. 14-year-old is too old for Nigeria Sultan now. Then go 17 years safe. Yet, not only in Nigeria, in most of the Muslim world, he's just keeping her to mature for future services, and which is fine. There's nothing wrong in that, if at all. But according to what is being said, that he prefers his old lover. You just send the girl to school. That girl go and go school and go and learn. Even if that is the case, is sensible enough? Are you actually getting the message past here? Or his sentiment? Based on historical evidence, Joseph was over 95 years when Mary, his wife, gave birth to Jesus Christ at the tender age of 14. Everything is changing with time. Although your point is baseless, but let's assume it happened. Things have changed. In those days that you people always refer to, people were using donkeys to travel from places, live in arches houses, no phone, no television, but now technology everywhere. In Yoruba land those days, immediately a woman conceived, suitors will start to come, not even known, maybe it's a male or female. They started taking responsibility of the unborn child, and the mother presumed to be a female child. But now, who can do it? Who can do it? Things are changing. Things are changing. Even if things are not changing, there are some things that were not done in those days, and they are being done now, and they are not good. So does it mean because of that you have to continue doing what is not right? There are some things that are being done in this present dispensation, this present generation, and which is not good. So because of, oh, we are now in a civilized world and things are not good, and you want to continue doing that, so that's it. Liar, may God have mercy on you. Don't ever bring Mary and Joseph in your evil acts. They are not your mates. Fulani sultans can eat day old chick and claim that Prophet Muhammad says so. This one knows that a 14-year-old girl is still tasteless until she develops further. So guys, let's hear your opinion and have your take on this.